What's up, y'all? It's Dr. Paul with another mail call. This one came in a rather giant box. And it's another Golden Age classic. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Dr. Paul Kosnick. I have over 40 years experience collecting comic books, and the channel here is where I share my passion and experience on comic book collecting, investing, and conservation. This is an auction that I won off of Hip Comics. Some of you will remember we recently did a video about the concierge service at Hip Comics. They also have auctions. And this is a book that I won from Infinity Comics, which is one of their major dealers that runs auctions, I think, once a week. I've purchased from them before, and they do a fair amount of low starting bid, no reserve auctions. So sometimes you can get some real treasures from these auctions. And I think today we're going to be revealing one of those. I think this one was a real treasure. All right, let's get it out of this plastic and reveal. Wow, what a great comic. Look at that. All-Star number 33 from February, March 1947 in 5.5. off-white pages. Solomon Grundy and Doiby Dickles appearance. Classic cover. What a great book. This has a significant dust shadow here and probably would have graded higher without that. And it is something that we could address. This book has obviously not been cleaned or pressed. So I think this is actually a crack, clean, resubmit candidate, and I think that this has a pretty good shot of getting a 6 or maybe even a little higher. But what a great book even as a 5.5. Stunning. Well, as I said, what is it? Why do we care? All-Star Comics number 33 is written by Gardner Fox. It has art by Erwin Hassan on the introduction and conclusion, Joe Kubert on the Hawkman chapter, Stan Ashmeyer on the Dr. Midnight chapter, Martin Nadell, who's the co-creator of the Green Lantern, pencils the Flash's chapter, John Chester Kozlak does the art on the Adams chapter, and Paul Reinman on the Green Lanterns chapter. It's got a great Hassan cover. Erwin Hassan, who did the introduction and the conclusion to the All-Star story, also did this cover, which is just classic. And it's one of the reasons why this book is so sought after. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a moment. For those of you that are not familiar, All-Star Comics is the title that gave us the first ever superhero team. The Justice Society of America debuted in issue number 3 in November of 1940. And All-Star Comics featured the JSA for 11 years, from issue number 3 in 1940 until issue number 57 in March of 1951. Most of the run is bi-monthly, and it has several big key issues. In addition to the first appearance of the JSA in issue number 3, you have the first female superheroine in all of comic books, Hawkgirl, in issue number 5, the first time Batman and Superman meet in issue number 7, the first appearance of Wonder Woman in issue number 8 is, of course, the huge key in this run. And it also includes first appearances of many villains, including Brainwave, the Psycho Pirate, the Wizard, Degaton, and the Injustice Society. It's my personal favorite Golden Age title, and one of my life goals is to complete the Golden Age run in mid to high grade. In this issue, issue number 33, there were 7 JSA team members, and their membership did change from time to time. At this point, the team members are The Flash, Johnny Thunder, Hawkman, Wonder Woman, Dr. Midnight, The Atom, and Green Lantern. This is the third appearance of Solomon Grundy and his second cover appearance. It's one of only 2 cover appearances that he has in the entire Golden Age. For that reason, this is one of the most sought-after issues of All-Star Comics. Solomon Grundy has only a total of 4 appearances in the Golden Age. The first is his first appearance in All American Comics number 61. With that issue, you have the classic Paul Ryman cover. Just an amazing, great first appearance. No wonder it's the second most valuable issue of All American after the first appearance of Green Lantern in issue number 16. It even eclipses the fair market value of the first appearance of the Atom in issue number 19. In the Golden Age, recurring villains were not as common as they are today, so many villains have only a few appearances in the Golden Age, and they're all worth hunting. Solomon Grundy is primarily a Green Lantern villain. So after All-American Comics number 61, his next appearance is in Comic Cavalcade number 13. Comic Cavalcade was an anthology book featuring stories with Wonder Woman, The Flash, and Green Lantern. He's not on that cover, but it's a great Christmas cover, and it's mostly chased for that reason. Although there are Solomon Grundy collectors that want to be completionists that hunt that issue as well. His next appearance is in this book, All-Star number 33 from February-March 47. And his last appearance in the Golden Age is 6 months later in Comics Cavalcade number 24 from October of 1947. Then he doesn't appear again in comics until almost 18 years later in Showcase number 55, which is from March of 1965. That's his first Silver Age appearance. We talked about that book during our video on the Murphy Anderson pedigree copy of Batman number 232. So this cover makes this one of the most sought-after issues of All-Star Comics, and in fact, number 33 is the 8th most valuable book in the All-Star Comics run, and it's the most valuable issue published after issue number 8, that first appearance of Wonder Woman, owing to this great Hassan Solomon Grundy cover. The issues of All-Star Comics in order of fair market value are, first up, number 8, the first appearance of Wonder Woman with the great E.E. Hibbard cover that unfortunately doesn't include Wonder Woman, but is still super classic, it's been homaged many times. The second most valuable is issue number 3, the first appearance of the JSA. Of course, the very first superhero team ever, another classic E.E. Hibbard cover. The third most valuable is issue number 1, the first issue of the series from June of 1940. At this point, there is no Justice Society of America. It's just an anthology book, similar to others that DC was publishing at the time. The fourth most valuable is issue number 4, which is the first JSA adventure as a team together. That's another classic E.E. Hibbard cover. The fifth most valuable is issue number 5, the first appearance of Hawkgirl. As I mentioned, she's the first female superheroine in all of comic books. It's got a nice Howard Purcell cover. Again, unfortunately does not feature Hawkgirl. The sixth most valuable is issue number 7, the first meeting of Superman and Batman, another E.E. Hibbard war era cover this time. And then this book, issue number 33 with the Solomon Grundy cover. The rest of the issues in the run are non-keys, and they have similar fair market values, high grades being somewhere between $2,000 and $4,000 if they were slabbed. The earlier ones being slightly more valuable than the later issues, despite the fact that CGC census numbers are generally higher on the earlier books than they are on the later ones. Because this is such a sought-after book, it has one of the higher CGC census counts. There are 81 universal copies of All-Star Comics number 33 in the CGC census, with a median grade of 5.5, which incidentally is, of course, the grade of the copy that I've acquired here. As we've been talking about, it's generally difficult to place a fair market value on this book because it does trade hands pretty infrequently. In fact, Go Collect notes only a single CGC graded sale of All-Star Comics number 3 in the past 12 months. Coincidentally, it was also a 5.5 with off-white pages. It sold in a Comic Connect auction in December of 2021 for $3,150 plus buyer's premium, shipping, and taxes. That makes me feel really great about the $2,126.69 plus tax and shipping that I paid for this copy. Any day I can add a nice mid-grade copy of an All-Star Comics key issue to my personal collection at over $1,000 discount to the last sale is a very good day indeed in my book. And this gets me one issue closer to my goal of completing the All-Star Comics run. Long-term followers of my channel know that I consider myself a caretaker of these treasures with a duty to preserve them for future generations. Being able to own expensive comic books is an embarrassment of riches, and I know just how fortunate I am to be able to acquire them. This book is for my personal collection. I've never owned it before. As I've discussed, you typically need to pay market prices to find books like this because they just don't come around every day. If you are trying to bargain hunt these books, you may only acquire one every few years. With my personal collecting goal of completing All-Star Comics, I'm ecstatic about acquiring this book at a 30% discount to the last sale at the same grade. I hope you enjoyed this video on this Golden Age gem. I'll be looking to add as many more reasonably priced mid to high grade All-Star Comics to my personal collection toward my goal of completing the original run. Stay tuned for more unboxing videos in the near future. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments below what your collecting goals are. Until next time, happy hunting and take care of one another.